And I don't even know. I don't like cigarettes all around, and in some cases banning. I think for businesses though, if a business wants to allow people to smoke inside, that's a business decision. If people just put it on, it should be. It isn't. Like for bars, they've got a ban here in California in the bars. And I got to recommend if you look on YouTube, there's a really funny video called "The Smoking Ban." I think it's a Smoking Ban song that's done by some Scottish guys, and it's all like, "My name is Tom, and I'm here to enforce the smoking ban." And then another guy comes on and goes, "Well, my name is Chuck, and I don't give a fuck about your smoking ban, or you, Tam, or your smoking ban." It's really funny. Highly recommend it.
I've been in bars before where they allow smoking. It's just, even though it's illegal, the bartenders and the owner of the bar, their policy is, since they're not getting paid police wages to enforce the smoking ban, then they're not going to do it. They're just not going to say anything. Yeah, and I think that's a good policy.
Yeah, have you seen the bars that are configured with they've done the minimum they need to define an outdoor patio? And essentially, it really is indoor, but it's open just enough to be classified as outdoor. And they make that part the smoking area. But they still have a TV there and seats and all that, and everybody just knows, all right, they're smoking in that area. And so it's partially covered. It is covered as much as the law allows. So that's the workaround. Of course, that's very expensive and awkward and very silly.
But when people drink, they like to smoke.
Yeah, it's just complimentary buzzes,
Yeah.
I remember, I never smoked, but I used to chew tobacco, and if you had a couple of drinks and then you pop in some tobacco into your lip, you get an extra buzz, a very relaxing buzz, not one that makes you stupid, but it's just kind of a very relaxing feeling. And I guess I've never tried to do this with cigarettes. I've never seriously smoked or inhaled a cigarette, but I assume the same effect kind of takes over. Because I know my brother, he's the same way. He goes, I don't smoke except when I'm drinking. I'm like 3-4 drinks, I kind of want to smoke because it's got a complimentary buzz or something. So you're not going to stop it. It's just it's a life pleasure.
Right, and they're not going to stop kids from picking up smoking either. Supposedly they've got to come up with 1,000 new smokers a day to replace the ones who die. And so what if a lot of those are teens? The teens, that's a parenting issue, not a government issue.
Right, and the kids know that there's enough information out there, and a lot of nonprofits that are putting out, and a lot of government spending that's putting out messages that smoking's bad for you. And of course, this law has tons of labeling that is going to be making it much more prominent to say smoking kills, etc., in great big letters.
I don't think that's going to do jack squat.
No, because they know already. The information is already out there. Parents already tell the kids. Even smoking parents say, "Hey, I wouldn't start if I were you." That's what most kids, including me, were told that. And for me, I didn't. We didn't. And now, coolness is a big factor. Smoking and looking cool while you're smoking is a big factor. Now, it's a lot less of that now than when our parents were growing up in the 50s and 60s, and that it really was cool because all the movie stars did it. I mean, it was just very cool, and that's Marlon Brando and Cary Grant and all those guys were always lighted up. It was just cool. But much less so now. There was a little bit of a resurgence in the movies of smoking. So you see some of it, but I think still it's not really. It's more associated with more vice than cool now. That's my opinion of the way it's shown in the movies.
depends on the movie.
Yeah. I don't know if how much you watch movies. It's just my overall impression. Seems
I
to
watch
be
a lot of movies. You don't see it as often anywhere near as much. So.
Yeah, and when you do see it, it's done more by the flawed hero. You know, if it's going to be done by the hero, it's the flawed hero, which is cool. You know, the flawed hero is a great device, and I like flawed heroes. And I consider myself, one of my own flawed heroes. I have a lot of flaws but I keep trying to do whatever I can, and you know, so we sympathize with the flawed heroes. Like, hey, here's a guy trying to do, but he screws up, pretty often, and he smokes, whatever, he eats too much, whatever. So everybody can identify with that. But
well, you're my flawed hero, Joey.
Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a very small club, but I'm glad you're in it. Well, anyway, I think we beat this one to death. You made me feel better, Greg. Appreciate it. My triple margarita is also helping on that.
All right.
I think we can go into the weekend and indulge in our vices without any guilt. And despite the efforts of our legislators to legislate morality into our lives and try to control, we can take a little. It was funny, actually. Nick Gillespie said on Freedom Watch this week. He said, if you're going to go ahead and seize all the industries and start a big socialist state, could you at least let us have a few vices so that we can dull the pain of what you're doing?
Good Lord, yeah! Don't make us go underneath our sinks and hot cleansers.
That's what they're going to force him. It's this Victorian kind of weird. It's funny. I think Congress is very schizophrenic. They're supposedly liberal, but then this puritanical streak comes into these smoking bills and stuff. I can't figure them out. If you tried to psychoanalyze Congress, I think you'd make the whole psychoanalysis community go tilt. They probably don't even try.
No.
They're a lost cause. Okay, I feel a lot better. All right, thanks, Greg. Your wisdom and logic is therapy for me, and the dozens that will be listening to this recording out on YouTube. Though we're working on the marketing, we're going to try to make it hundreds this week. Thank you very much, and let's hook up next week, and hopefully we'll find. I know there'll be no shortage of stories, but I really appreciate you helping me out with getting the libertarian ideas out there.
Certainly, my pleasure, Joey.
Outstanding. Okay, you have a great weekend, and we'll talk at you on Friday.
All right.
All right.